First contact shock. The Galactic Federation survey vessel Astral Seeker dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of Sol system, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in mesmerizing patterns. Captain Zixtal, a towering Centaurian with iridescent scales, stood on the bridge reviewing centuries-old data about this backwater system. Preliminary scans of the third planet. First Officer Rensha announced, her feathered crest rippling with anticipation. Strange. These readings can't be right. Zixtal glided to her station, compound eyes widening at the display, where their records showed a pre-spaceflight civilization barely reaching their moon. The scanners revealed a planet surrounded by an intricate network of satellites, space stations, and defense platforms. Full stop, Zixtal ordered. Passive scans only. Something's very wrong here. Before they could react further, their communications array lit up with an incoming transmission. A holographic projection materialized on the bridge. A human woman in a crisp military uniform, her dark skin contrasting with silver neural implants visible at her temples. Galactic Federation vessel, this is Commander Sarah Hayes of Earth Defense Command. You've entered restricted space. State your purpose. Zixtal's scales shifted to a pale blue of confusion. Their records indicated humans shouldn't have faster-than-light communication capabilities for at least another century. This is Captain Zixtal of the Astral Seeker. We're conducting a routine survey mission. Our records show Earth as a developing world under Federation protection. Commander Hayes smiled, but there was steel behind it. Your records are outdated, Captain. Earth is neither developing nor under anyone's protection. We are an independent world with closed borders to the Federation. Impossible, Rensha whispered. The level of advancement needed to establish and maintain a closed border system. I assure you it's quite possible, Hayes responded, having heard the whisper through their supposedly secure bridge communications. We've been watching your approach for the past 3 days. Your hyperspace signature was detected at the Kuiper Belt. Zixtal's scales rippled with alarm. Federation stealth technology was supposed to be undetectable, yet these humans had not only spotted them, but had been tracking them across vast distances. Commander Hayes, Zixtal said carefully, our mission is peaceful. Perhaps we could arrange a diplomatic meeting to discuss this unexpected situation. Negative, Captain. Earth's closed border policy is non-negotiable. Hayes' expression softened slightly. However, we're transmitting updated navigational data to your vessel. It contains the boundaries of Earth's restricted space and approved transit corridors for Federation ships. Please ensure this information is shared with your superiors. The Astral Seeker's computers chimed as they received the data package, transmitted through quantum channels that, according to Federation records, humans shouldn't even know existed. One more thing, Hayes added. That vessel hiding behind your fourth planet's largest moon. They should leave too. Immediately. Zixtal froze. There wasn't supposed to be another Federation ship in the system. A quick check of their long-range sensors confirmed Hayes' claim. A stealth vessel was indeed lurking behind Mars' moon Phobos. We were unaware of another vessel, Zixtal admitted. Of course you were. Hayes' hologram smiled again. Safe travels, Captain. Please ensure the Federation understands. Earth is off-limits. We value our privacy. The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. Moments later, their sensors detected massive energy signatures activating around Earth, a planetary defense grid awakening. The message was clear. Leave, or these defenses would do more than just track them. Plot a course out of the system, Zixtal ordered. Maximum speed once we clear the Kuiper Belt. He moved to his command chair, mind racing, and prepare a priority transmission to Federation Command. Classification: Omega-1. As the Astral Seeker turned away from Earth, its crew watched in amazement as the mysterious vessel behind Phobos attempted to flee using an experimental cloaking device, only to be caught in a tractor beam emanating from what had appeared to be a defunct satellite. The humans had known it was there all along, had let it think it was hidden, waiting to see what it would do. How? Rensha asked, watching the other ship being dragged toward Earth. How did they advance so far without us knowing? Zixtal had no answer, but as they accelerated toward the system's edge, he couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy was about to change forever. Humanity hadn't just caught up to the Federation. They'd surpassed them, and they'd done it right under everyone's noses. The real question was, what else were they hiding? The price of knowledge. The Federation Council chamber erupted in chaos as Captain Zixtal's report played on the massive holographic displays. High Counselor Ven, their crystalline form catching the light of 3 suns through the chamber's transparent dome, called for order. These readings cannot be accurate, declared Science Minister Cathal, their tentacles writhing in agitation. The energy signatures from Earth's defense grid suggest technology at least 3 centuries beyond their projected development curve. In the shadows of the chamber's upper tier, Intelligence Director Mira Lin watched silently. Her human appearance, a carefully crafted disguise maintained for decades, had never felt more ironic than at this moment. The Federation's greatest spy was, in fact, a human deep-cover operative. The implications are clear. High Counselor Ven's harmonic voice cut through the noise. Either we have catastrophically failed in our monitoring of Earth, or they have received outside assistance. Neither possibility is comforting. Mira allowed herself a small smile. They hadn't failed in their monitoring. Humanity had simply gotten very, very good at showing the Federation exactly what they wanted to see. The chamber's attention shifted as Admiral Crows, Supreme Commander of the Federation fleet, stepped onto the speaking platform. His metallic exoskeleton gleamed as he activated a new holographic display. The vessel we lost contact with behind Mars' moon was the Black Whisper, our most advanced stealth ship. Earth's defenses caught it like a child's toy. More concerning, they knew it was there before our own survey ship did. Mira's implants silently recorded everything, transmitting through channels the Federation couldn't detect. Humanity had known this day would come. They'd prepared for it. We must know how they've achieved this level of advancement, Kifil insisted. I propose we send in specialized acquisition teams. If we can't monitor them openly, we'll need to be more direct. You mean spies and thieves, Ven observed coldly. I mean survival, Kifil shot back. A civilization this advanced appearing overnight, they could be preparing for war. If they only knew, Mira thought. The truth was far more interesting than war preparations. Humanity hadn't advanced overnight. They'd been advancing for centuries, carefully concealing their true progress. The Federation's own arrogance had made it easy. While the Council debated, Earth was already moving to the next phase of their plan. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility known only as the Crucible, Dr. Elena Santos watched as the quantum computer banks processed the data from the Federation vessel's scans. They're using 6th-generation hyperspace drives, she noted, her augmented reality display highlighting the relevant data streams, still believing it's the pinnacle of FTL technology. Her colleague, Dr. James Chen, nodded as he manipulated a holographic model of the Astral Seeker. Their scanning technology is particularly primitive. They didn't even detect the dark matter shield grid. That's because they don't know dark matter can be manipulated, Elena replied. Just like they don't know about quantum folding, consciousness transfer, or half a dozen other discoveries we've made since breaking free from their technological frameworks. The real breakthrough had come when humanity realized that the Federation's protection was actually holding them back. Their technological development models, presented as guidelines for safe advancement, were in fact carefully crafted restrictions designed to keep younger civilizations dependent on Federation technology. James gestured at another display, showing the captured Black Whisper, now held in a secure facility beneath the lunar surface. Their stealth technology is interesting, though. Different approach than ours. That's because they're still thinking in terms of avoiding detection, Elena explained. We went the other way. We don't hide our ships, we hide the truth about them. Let them see exactly what we want them to see. Above them, through kilometers of ocean and atmosphere. Federation probe attempts were being detected and deflected hourly. Each failure only drove them to try harder, more desperate to understand how humanity had broken free of their technological constraints. Back in the council chamber, Mira listened as the Federation leadership moved closer to the decision she knew they would make. They would authorize aggressive intelligence gathering, attempts to infiltrate Earth's defense network, and possibly even limited military action disguised as defensive measures. They still didn't understand. Earth's closed borders weren't about keeping the Federation out. They were about keeping humanity's true capabilities hidden until the right moment, until everything was ready. As the council session ended, Mira transmitted her final report of the day. Phase 1 complete. Federation responding exactly as predicted. Recommend proceeding to Phase 2. The response came instantly. Acknowledged. Phase 2 authorized. Let them chase their own tails trying to understand us. By the time they realize the truth, it will be too late to matter. The game was entering its next stage. The Federation thought they were dealing with a surprisingly advanced civilization. They had no idea they were actually dealing with something far more dangerous, a humanity that had learned to think beyond the boundaries the Federation had tried to impose on the galaxy. Diplomatic dance. The Geneva Orbital Conference Center hung in low Earth orbit, its crystalline architecture deliberately mimicking the Federation's aesthetic. Federation Ambassador Thexra found this detail unsettling as their shuttle approached. These humans weren't just advanced. They were sending messages in ways only those who truly understood Federation culture would recognize. The shuttle passed through multiple layers of scanning fields so subtle that most species wouldn't notice them. Thexra noticed. Their own scanning suite, supposedly the most advanced in Federation space, could barely detect the edges of these fields. "Welcome to Earth space," the shuttle's pilot announced, their voice professionally neutral. "Please remain seated as we complete final approach." In the conference center's main chamber, United Earth Director Marcus Chen reviewed the latest intelligence updates with his team. The Federation's attempted infiltrations had increased tenfold in the past week. Each one had been caught, documented, and quietly turned away, a show of capability and restraint that clearly unnerved their visitors. "They're bringing their best negotiator," Director Chen noted, studying Thexra's profile. "Someone who specializes in handling difficult emerging civilizations." Dr. Elena Santos, now serving as Earth's chief scientific advisor, smiled. "They still think we're emerging. That's good." The Federation delegation arrived with precision timing, Thexra leading a carefully selected team of diplomats and advisors. Their expressions remained neutral, but their bio-readings, easily detected by the center sensors, revealed their stress. "Director Chen," Thexra began, their translator perfectly mimicking human speech patterns, "the Federation extends its greetings and hopes for productive dialogue." "Welcome, Ambassador," Chen replied. "We trust your journey through our security screening was illuminating." A subtle flinch, almost imperceptible, crossed Thexra's features. The implied message was clear. "Yes, we knew you were scanning our defenses, and we let you." The negotiations began with the expected ceremonial exchanges, but quickly moved to the real issues. The Federation wanted to understand how humanity had advanced so quickly. Earth wanted recognition of its independence and closed borders. "Your development rate is unprecedented," Thexra stated. "Surely you understand the Federation's concerns about stability in this sector." "Interesting," Chen replied. "You assume our development rate is unprecedented because you haven't seen it before. Perhaps you simply haven't been looking in the right places." The implied threat wasn't lost on the Federation delegation. How many other civilizations might be hiding their true capabilities? In orbit above them, the captured Black Whisper underwent its final analysis. Each piece of Federation technology was studied, improved upon, and then deliberately misunderstood in the official reports. Let them think Earth was still struggling to grasp certain principles. The truth was far more interesting. Humanity had long since moved beyond Federation technology, but maintaining the illusion of being merely advanced rather than revolutionary, served their purposes. We propose a technology exchange program, Thexra offered. Supervised development, mutual benefit. Like the programs you offer developing worlds? Elena asked innocently. The ones designed to keep them dependent on Federation templates. Another flinch. They hadn't expected humans to understand the true purpose of those programs. Director Chen, Thexra tried again. Surely you understand that unprecedented advancement raises concerns about stability. The Federation's protocols exist for good reason. Your protocols, Chen corrected, exist to maintain the Federation's technological advantages. But what happens when those advantages no longer exist? The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Thexra's translator took a moment to process the statement, or perhaps the ambassador needed the extra time themselves. Are you claiming technological parity with the Federation? No, Chen smiled. We're claiming our right to privacy. What we have or don't have is our business. Your borders end where ours begin. As the negotiations continued, Mira Lin's latest intelligence report reached Earth's secure channels. The Federation was preparing for possible military action, but they were afraid. Not of Earth's known capabilities, but of what those capabilities implied. A civilization that could hide its true level of advancement for centuries, that could capture the Federation's most advanced stealth ship with ease, that seemed to understand Federation technology and culture better than they should. What else were they hiding? The answer, had they known it, would have terrified them even more. Earth wasn't just hiding technology. They were hiding a fundamental shift in understanding of the universe itself, one that would soon make the Federation's entire technological framework obsolete. Battle for tomorrow. The Federation's 7th Fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, 500 warships strong. Admiral Crows commanded from the dreadnought Eternal Dawn, its crystalline hull bristling with weapons that could shatter planets. No response from Earth's defense grid, his tactical officer reported. Their systems appeared dormant. Crows knew better. The humans had proven too clever for such an obvious oversight. Proceed with caution. Full defensive screens. The fleet advanced in perfect formation toward Earth. Their mission was officially classified as a security assessment, but everyone knew the truth. The Federation Council had decided that Earth's independence was too great a risk. In the crucible beneath the Pacific, Commander Sarah Hayes watched the fleet's approach on quantum-linked displays. They're following exactly the attack vector we predicted. Arrogant to the end. All defense platforms showing ready, her tactical officer reported. Quantum field generators at full capacity. The Federation still can't detect them. Earth's true defense system wasn't the visible satellites and platforms the Federation had observed. Those were decoys. The real defense was woven into the fabric of space-time itself, a quantum field network that could rewrite the laws of physics within its boundaries. The Federation fleet crossed the orbit of Mars. Still no response from Earth's defenses. Admiral Crows felt his unease growing. Launch probe drones. Full spectrum scan. The drones accelerated ahead of the fleet. Moments later, they simply vanished. No explosion, no debris, no energy signature. They were simply gone. Multiple ships reporting navigation errors. His tactical officer announced, voice rising with concern. Hyperspace coordinates aren't matching real space positions. Cross realized too late what was happening. The humans hadn't built better weapons. They'd changed the rules of how space itself worked around their planet. Earth's quantum field activated. To observers, it would have appeared as if space itself folded. The Federation fleet found itself scattered across the solar system, their carefully planned formation shattered. Ships that had been flying in formation were now millions of kilometers apart. This is Commander Hayes to Federation fleet. The transmission reached every ship simultaneously, regardless of their position or defensive screens. Your vessels are now isolated and contained. Each ship is surrounded by a localized quantum field. Your weapons cannot penetrate it. Your engines cannot escape it. You are, to use a human phrase, in timeout. In the Eternal Dawn's command center, Admiral Cross watched helplessly as his mighty fleet was neutralized without a single shot fired. Earth hadn't just outmaneuvered them. They'd rendered the very concept of traditional space warfare obsolete. "You have 1 hour to signal your surrender and withdrawal," Hayes continued. "After that, we'll be forced to demonstrate exactly what else our quantum fields can do." "I don't believe you want that demonstration." The Federation's greatest fleet hung powerless in space, each ship trapped in its own bubble of altered physics. They had come expecting to find an upstart civilization with a few advanced toys. Instead, they had found a power that had transcended their understanding of what was possible. Hours later, as the last Federation ship retreated through hyperspace, Director Chen met with his council in a crucible. "They'll be back," someone said. "No," Chen replied. "They won't. At least not as conquerors. They finally understand what we've been trying to tell them. The age of Federation technological supremacy is over. The galaxy is about to change, whether they're ready or not." New Dawn. 1 month after the Federation fleet's retreat, the Galactic Council convened an emergency session. The chamber was packed with representatives from every Federation world, the atmosphere heavy with tension and uncertainty. High Counselor Ven stood at the central podium, their crystalline form dimmed with stress. "We face an unprecedented situation," Ven began. "Earth's quantum field technology represents a fundamental shift in our understanding of physics. Our experts remain unable to explain how they achieved this breakthrough." In the shadows, Mira Lin smiled. Her final mission was almost complete. Soon, her true identity wouldn't matter anymore. The council chamber's massive doors opened, and a human delegation entered. Director Chen led the group, accompanied by Dr. Elena Santos and Commander Hayes. They hadn't been invited. They had simply informed the Federation they would be attending. "Distinguished council members," Chen addressed the chamber, his voice carrying effortlessly. "We come not as conquerors or enemies, but as harbingers of change. The Federation's greatest mistake was assuming that all civilizations must follow the same technological path you did." He gestured, and Elena stepped forward, activating a holographic display that filled the chamber. It showed a 3-dimensional map of the galaxy, but unlike anything the Federation had seen before. Energy patterns, quantum connections, and possibilities flowed through it like living streams. "While you focused on manipulating matter and energy," Elena explained, "we explored the fundamental nature of reality itself. Your technological framework is built on what you can observe and control. Ours is built on understanding what makes observation and control possible in the first place." The display shifted, showing Earth's quantum field network. But now they revealed something new. Tendrils of quantum manipulation extending far beyond Sol system, connecting to other worlds. "We are not alone in our advancement," Chen continued. "Other civilizations have made similar breakthroughs. We've been in contact with them for decades, sharing knowledge, preparing for this moment." The shockwave that ran through the council was almost physical. Then stepped forward, their voice strained. "You speak of impossible things. Our monitoring systems only show you what you expect to see," Commander Hayes finished. "Just like we showed you what you expected to see on Earth, until we were ready for you to see more." The galactic map shifted again, highlighting dozens of worlds. Each one had been thought to be at various stages of development according to Federation models. Each one, they now revealed, had been concealing their true capabilities. "The Federation's time as the sole arbiter of galactic civilization is ending," Chen announced. "But this isn't about replacing one power structure with another. It's about breaking free from the limitations of thinking there can only be one path to advancement." Mira stepped out of the shadows then, her disguise falling away to reveal her true appearance. The council gasped as they recognized her. She had been their head of intelligence for 20 years. "We're proposing a new galactic order," she said, "not based on technological superiority or military might, but on the free exchange of ideas and the recognition that diversity of thought leads to greater advancement than any single framework could achieve." The chamber erupted in voices, some angry, some afraid, some excited by the possibilities. But they all knew, deep down, that the galaxy had already changed. The Federation's monopoly on advanced technology was broken, and with it, their ability to control how other civilizations developed. The choice is yours, Chen concluded. Join us in building something new, or cling to old paradigms that no longer serve anyone's interests. Either way, the future is coming. In the days and weeks that followed, the galaxy transformed. Some Federation worlds resisted at first, but as more civilizations revealed their true capabilities, it became clear that a new age had begun. Earth's quantum field technology was just the beginning. Other worlds had made breakthroughs in consciousness transfer, dimensional engineering, and concepts that didn't even have names in Federation science. The great secret was finally revealed. Humanity's greatest achievement hadn't been developing advanced technology. It had been creating a network of civilizations who dared to think differently, who rejected the notion that there was only one path to the future. As the old order crumbled and the new one took shape, Director Chen stood in the crucible, watching Earth's quantum field shimmer in the holographic displays. Was it worth all the deception? Elena asked him. Look at the galaxy now, he replied. For the first time in 10,000 years, civilizations are free to develop as they choose. The age of enforced conformity is over. I'd say that was worth everything. Above them, Earth's quantum field pulsed with possibilities, a testament to what could be achieved when humanity dared to think beyond the boundaries others had set for them. The future was no longer a path to be followed. It was a realm of endless possibilities, waiting to be explored. The galaxy would never be the same again. And that was exactly what humanity had been working toward all along.